Good morning, ladies, and welcome to Morning Mindset, and gentlemen, if you happen to be watching. We are here inside virtual co-working space. My name is Michelle Dale. Welcome to everyone who is here in the room. We are doing our oracle cards today for messages for the week ahead. So if you've got anything that you need answering or anything that you want to focus on while we do these cards, don't let me know, just think about it. Whoa, somebody thought about something there. Just think about it and we will see what happens. We have an interesting planetary development. I think Mercury is going to go retrograde around the 4th. I'm not an astrologer, so don't quote me on that, but I believe it's around then. So again, it's one of those kind of like, my daughter got a tortoise for her birthday this year, a couple of weeks ago, and I kind of feel like people want to do the tortoise vibe. So if you feel like you want to be a tortoise during Mercury retrograde, please do that. But actually, I mean, I know that kind of weird things happen and stuff like that around the full moon too, which is every month, but I don't think it's anything to worry about. And sometimes you can use it to your advantage. But I think Mercury retrograde is definitely a time to maybe sit back, take stock. I do a lot of action before, on the run up to a Mercury retrograde. I do a lot of should we say sewing during that time. I do a lot of work, so I can kind of like sit back a little bit during the Mercury retrograde time. I can't even say it. I don't know what's wrong with me. We've got one more card and then we'll start our card reading. So as always, if you are drawn to a card, we've got 3 cards and that was the last one. So normally we do 3 cards. You could be drawn to 1, 2, or 3, or you could be drawn to more than 1. So go with the flow. And again, if you're not drawn to 1, but you hear a message that you think resonates with you, then it probably is for you too. So don't overthink this too much. Just go where the energy and the thoughts and the feelings flow. We've got a 3, Nikki's a 3, Karen's a 3. Okay, what do we got here? I love this. This is like, we've been talking about scripting in the last week's sessions, and this week we've been doing a lot of discussing about mindset. And these cards, I think, are very much in alignment with this. So if you've been thinking about these processes that we've been talking about and thinking about, oh, should I do it, shouldn't I do it? These cards are very much in line with that. So let's go with number 1 today. So if you picked number 1, feeling good about myself is my highest priority, and I step into the role of CEO of my life and business with ease. Okay, so this is really, I do think these go together. I think they could be taken separately, but I do feel they go together. The feeling good about myself is my highest priority, and stepping into the role of CEO of my life and business with ease. With ease is always in connection with making you your highest priority. So doing things with ease is about saying, I choose me in this process. And by that, what I mean is, and this is what I feel this message is saying, is that when you choose you, when you make you your priority, it's not an act of selfishness or something you should feel guilty about. What it's doing is the process of approaching everything with ease. And in this, it's saying you're stepping into the role of the CEO of your life and your business, you know. And when you do that with ease, that's saying, okay, I'm choosing me. As in, I feel tired right now, I'm going to take a break. Or I don't want to go there right now, I'm going to say no. That's making you your priority. It's difficult sometimes because I feel this message is definitely for somebody who has a lot of obligations and responsibilities. Maybe it's to relatives or kids or things outside of themselves where they're like, you know, I have to be the last person. I have to come last because there's too many other important things. But you need to realize that all those important things that you're struggling and stressing with right now, I've got to be here, I've got to be there, I've got to do that for that person, I've got to you know, all of those things, if you simply prioritize yourself, all of those things will become easier. So the message here is, if you want to feel better, if you want to feel less stressed, if you want to feel more capable and able to help and support the people around you, and to be a better mother, to be a better wife, to be a better daughter, to be a better sister, whatever it is, or carer or provider or whatever it is that you're doing, you have to prioritize yourself in order to have everything else fall into place with ease. And if you don't prioritize yourself, then you're simply saying, I don't want to have an easier life. And who doesn't want that? Who doesn't want to have more ease, more flow, more comfort? You know, that feeling of comfort, I think, is missing from your life, because only you can give yourself that comfort. Only you can say, do you know what, I'm going to make a cup of tea right now and go and sit in the garden and read a book for half an hour. Nobody can do that for you. That is you prioritizing yourself and saying, I'm going to do something nice for myself, you know. And everyone has half an hour in their day at some point. You know, even I've got 5 kids, I still can make half an hour in my day at some point where I can switch off and do something different. But whether you choose to do that is another story. Which leads us on to card number 2. The better my story gets, the better my life gets. We look at this. We all need to start scripting. Look at this card. We have been talking about scripting a lot. We talked about it all last week, and scripting for me is something that's really been life-changing. Like, it's really allowed me to take control. And all this week I've been talking with my one-on-one coaching clients about scripting. I'm like, you got to script. Like, every single one of them. I'm sure they're absolutely sick of me talking about this topic right now. But I've literally been drumming this home, and I often ask questions to the universe, ask a sign to the universe, you know, like, what can I do to help people more, to support people more? And I always get these things and I try them out for myself, because without personal experience, I've got nothing to offer, and everything I offer is always based on personal experience. So the really interesting thing is, okay, I'm sure this card is mine, because I've really been asking about, is this scripting thing going to work for people? And look, we've got the book, we've got the pen, we've got the person there stepping into their story. The better my story gets, the better my life gets. This is a sign to you to start scripting. So begin telling the story of your desire, and then add to it in the details of the positive aspects that you can find that match those desires. This is scripting. And then embellish your positive expectation by speculating with your good feeling. Now, they've said here on this card, wouldn't it be nice if? This is all well and good, but I'm going to add something into this. So you can say things like, only good things come to me and I'll figure it out as I go along. So that, I would say, for sure, only good things come to me and I figure it out as I go along. Not I will, because I will means or suggests that there'll be something in the future. So for me, when I'm doing scripting, I never do it as a future suggestion. And if I want something for the future, so let's say, for example, you want, your birthday's coming up and you want to have the best birthday ever. And let's say your birthday is, I'll take my dearly departed dad's birthday, which is September 20th. So I would say, I would script it as if it had already happened. I would write at the top, September 20th, 2024. I had the absolute best day today. We did this, we said this, we had this, I felt like this. It was incredible. I was so excited, blah, blah. So if you're saying to yourself, well, it's not happened yet and it's in the future, then mark out the day in the journal of this is my day today, because it's all about journaling. I always journal as if it happened yesterday. So either you can journal about the present day and put the date on as a present day, or you can put it as the day after, and you can script about how yesterday was an amazing day, or how I had the best day ever. I had the best birthday ever. We did this and we did this, and it all worked out, and it was so good. So again, this all comes back to this scripting. So every time you tell your better feeling story, you will feel better, and the details of your life will improve. The better it gets, the better it gets. Which leads us on to card 3. But we'll interrupt this for a short break. I need to rewatch the scripting videos. I journal to get any tricky emotions out as an outlet, but then I'm just manifesting the negative emotions. No, absolutely not. What you need to do is get them out. Like, acknowledge them is a very important part of this whole process, but you don't accept them as your truth anymore. You say, basically, or you script them to get them out, and then you rewrite your script. So if you say to yourself, I've been feeling really crap today, then you say, I am now feeling fantastic. I've dealt with my emotions. I've solved these problems. This all worked out for me. I'm feeling so much better now. That's how you basically manifest we're talking about opposing mindsets this week. That's how you manifest the opposite. Hannah says that's a healthy practice, Nikki, if it helps you face and deal with tricky stuff. Absolutely agree with Hannah. You've got to acknowledge it. I'm writing a program right now, and it's called, spoiler alert, Transform Action, because it's about how you do this transformation process through action. And I know people who have literally been to therapists and counselors and talked about how they're feeling and their emotions and things like that. But unfortunately, there's no action that comes afterwards. And that's why people end up in therapy and, with counseling for so long, because there is no kind of like, oh yeah, you feel a bit better after you get it off your chest, but it's still in there. You haven't let it go. In some cases, you might. In some cases, just talking about something might help you to just simply say, right, I let that go now. But in other times, you've taken no action to say, I release this from my body, from my mind, from my heart. So I think scripting is a really good way to do that action and to do that second part of the process. Yes, I'm acknowledging this happened. I feel bad. I hate this. I miss this person. I need this in my life and I don't have it. Blah, 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 and just get it all out. And then what you need to do then is look at every single piece of what you just said, and you write a script in the solution format. Yeah, I felt, like I was feeling so bad, but now I feel so much better. I've been able to handle my feelings towards this. I've been able to let go of that person. I've been able to, I'm feeling so much better. I feel good. I'm so glad that I've moved on from this experience. Nikki said, yes, I had that experience in therapy. There seemed to be a missing piece. Yeah, the missing piece is definitely that you release it, but you don't then change your paradigm around it. It's released vocally and verbally, but you have not set the intention to change the way you feel. That if you have a really strong belief system that if I just talk about my problems, they're gone, that's one thing. But if you don't have that belief system, you still basically hold all those problems within you. And they may not be in a conscious awareness. You may be manifesting them physically instead. I definitely had this problem where I had a lower back pain for many, many, many years. And I'd one day just decided like to talk about this problem, but to work through the solution and take that intentional decision that I was going to feel better about it, and my back pain was released and I don't have it anymore. Like it can manifest in many ways, either in feelings of I can't seem to shake off this feeling. I talk about my problems, I tell everyone, I tell the world, I know I'm not supposed to be feeling this way anymore, but I do. And why is that? Well, scripting is definitely something that would help with that. So what you need to do is not just acknowledge your story and tell your story, but you have to then take the action to rewrite that story in the present day as if it had already happened. And that's the power of scripting. And I've literally been scripting everything. If I have a small problem, a minor problem, could be something so simple like getting a leaky tap fixed, and it could be something extremely profound like manifesting millions of dollars. It's really up to you, but always with scripting, and I always try and tell people this, like always choose the next level. You know, you try not to jump from A to Z in one leap, you know, work through the ladders. So like if you're in a situation right now, for example, in business, and you say, I don't have any clients, you might have a goal of manifesting £20,000 in a month, right? And it's quite a big leap to think, okay, well, I want to make £20,000 in my month in my business, but I've got 0 clients right now. It's quite a big leap. So first of all, you set the goal and you set the intention of the 20,000 and you script about the 20,000. I'm so glad that I make £20,000 a month now. I can pretty much do whatever I want. All my bills are covered every month. It feels so good to not have to think about money anymore because I'm making £20,000 a month. That's scripting the 20,000. But then you need to fill in these pieces. So then you need to start thinking to yourself, well, how did I go from 0 to 20,000? Well, the first thing is I got a client. So then you script about getting that client. So you decide how you get that client, and then you script the story of exactly how you got that client as if it had already happened. Do you need people to book consultations with you? Do you need to go to networking events and meet someone? How did it happen? You decide and you script it, and then it shall come to pass. Let's look at number 3. This is very, I feel like these are all, you know, very, very connected. But number 3 is depth. May you immerse and go deeper. And this is really about what this is. Like I say, with Mercury, I don't know why I can't say it. Mercury. With Mercury going retrograde in a few days, depth is definitely somewhere where I think you need to be. It's about sitting back and taking stock. Don't think about all the actions that you've got to take right now, but maybe like think about getting your head straight. And again, this goes very well with the scripting, because what this is doing is you are choosing every element of your life. And by going deeper and going into depth in this, you've really got to choose and really have, like, really know that it's going to happen. And when you do that, you're a little bit less sort of flight of fancy with, oh, I want this and I want this and things like that. You're like when you go deep, you're in a position of, right, I'm powerful and I can have whatever I want in my life. So I would say this is the week to go deep and really figure out what that is. And I'm talking about, when I say go deep, I'm not talking about you need to have some deep, profound breakthrough, but I'm talking about really go deep into every detail of your life. Get a piece of paper. I do this often. You know, you get a piece of paper and you write out on this piece of paper what? Finance. Okay? And then you literally write down, like a to-do list, everything you want to see occur with your finances. Not just I want more money or I want to make 20,000 a month. Like the details. What frustrates you? Does it frustrate you when a bill comes in, you can't just immediately not think about it and pay it. Does it frustrate you when you've got rent coming up and you're nervous about, is that coming up? Or a mortgage payment coming up and you haven't got the money in your bank again? Like, do these things make you nervous? Does it make you nervous that there's always that client who's always late paying? You know, what is it you want in your financial world? And I'm like, when we talk about depth, we talk about go deep, deep, deep into it. Everything about your finances. One thing I will say about finances as well is no matter what money you find, whether it's a penny on the ground or something in the washing machine or in your wallet, whatever, truly be grateful for that, because that will absolutely attract more money. So go in depth. Finance, love, marriage or relationship, family, career, business, health, physical identity. Now is the time to really go deep, because you've got the tools now. You've got the tools to do the scripting, and you know 100% that you've got to take control and be the CEO of your life and business and make yourself a priority. So are you going to step up and do it? Or are you going to stay in this matrix of life just happening around you and shit happens? And because it doesn't have to be that way. And literally every time you have that frustration, rechannel that energy. Don't channel it into the worry. Don't channel it into the lack. Don't channel it into the frustration. Don't channel it into the sadness. Acknowledge it and then say, right, what do I want the outcome of this to be, and how do I want that to happen? You meet this person, you get this phone call, you get this consultation. That person suddenly is no longer in your life anymore. You've removed that toxic energy. Whatever it is, script it. I cannot emphasize this enough. I do this stuff every day, and you literally, and if you start scripting out things that are smaller, you know, like if you're trying to script out that £20,000 a month, you don't have a single client. So that's going to feel like a stretch. But if you say to yourself, right, I'm just going to script, like, I think I said to Hannah yesterday about pink flowers. So suddenly I'm seeing pink flowers everywhere, and you script it out and you're like, I can't believe it. I love pink flowers, and I'm just seeing these pink flowers everywhere, and it makes me feel so happy, because this is a confirmation that I'm a powerful manifester, and all I'm doing is seeing these wonderful pink flowers that make me happy. Could be something small, cup of coffee, anything like that. And you will be surprised that how by doing this and scripting this, some of those more easier things will come into your awareness, and then suddenly you will start to give power and momentum to the process of scripting. This is my new best friend. I've literally had workmen show up after months of trying to get them to show up, and then suddenly they're just there that week because I've scripted it. Clients coming in within 24 hours. I manifested through scripting like £4,000 within a week of not knowing where that was going to come from. I mean, like, literally, you can ask the universe for anything you want through simply writing it down that it's already happened. I'm going on too much about this now. I think we need to get into our daily accountability. But again, you know, I can't emphasize this enough that you should really look into this scripting. And we'll be talking about this more as well at the event, which is coming up on August 19th to 22nd. It is the Working Online Beach Camp, not boot camp, beach camp. So yeah, we will be deep diving into that a little bit more when it comes to terms of working online. But scripting is not exclusive to anything. It's exclusive to life. So any area of your life that you want to change, write your story as if you are an author of your own life and watch that unfold. And the thing I love about scripting is I know once I've written it down and I've decided it and I've said it's going to happen in a certain way, because it has happened in a certain way, because I've scripted it as already happened, then I can let it go. Like I've got that neutrality. I know it's being delivered, not by Amazon, but by the universe. So it feels so much nicer. Nikki said she enjoyed hearing my insights. Thank you so much. Okay, so let's get down to accountability right now. Get your journals at the ready, and I shall see you back here. Have a lovely weekend, by the way, guys. I shall see you back here on Sunday for some more morning mindset. Take care. See you then. Have a wonderful weekend. Before we begin, don't forget you can join me live online inside Virtual Co-working Space at www.virtualmissfriday.com/VCS. If you enjoy this session, give it a like. I'd love to hear from you, so write me a comment. And so you don't miss any updates, don't forget to subscribe. Let's begin. So now we're going to look for the positive with our gratitude. First, we'll spend 1 minute thinking of the day before, thinking of all the things that happened, reflecting on work, interactions, relationships, memorable moments, and more. Now you'll write one thing down minimum that you're grateful for. You can, of course, write down more. Something good, something that went right, a small moment or a big win. The more you search for things to be grateful for, the more you will experience things to be grateful for. Now we're going to read out your goal. Make sure your goal is written down in a journal or somewhere you can easily access it. Read your goal now, ideally out loud, and commit to this goal. Believe it will happen. And by reading this daily, the universe knows clearly what your goal is, and the things begin to shift in the direction of your goal. Follow your instincts when this happens by taking action. Now you need to see your goal in visualization. Spend this minute thinking about the goal in your mind. See yourself taking steps towards the goal, or even better still, see yourself having already achieved the goal. Close your eyes and go there. Step into the feeling, step into the place, step into the accomplishment. And finally, it's time for your most important task. Set this task for today and make it relating to your goal. This could be something small like sending an email, recording a video, or making a phone call, or it could be bigger. Either way, one task a day is one step forward, and those steps will add up. Do what you can from where you are now. Set the intention, and the action will carry you towards your goal.
Well done you for completing your daily co-create session. Have a fantastic day ahead, and I'll see you next time.